Peace and highs. What's up? This your boy Ebru, host of the Dynasty Podcast. We're gonna unpack some things, man. I'm eating dinner. Sorry for the late start, but yo, we gotta talk about who's the other starters, man. Everybody just identifies um Julius Randle, Brunson, and RJ as the starters. So who else is starting with these guys, man? So we're gonna unravel this stuff, man. So thanks guys for tuning in. Dynasty Podcast. Where we at? There we go. So what's up, guys, man? We're gonna talk about some basketball stuff, some Knicks stuff. Everyone agrees, right? Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, RJ are the starters, right? So it's the argument when it comes to who's going to be the shooting guard, who's going to be the small forward. It's really interchangeable today in today's NBA. A lot of teams are out there basically just putting anything out there. A lot of 6'8" guys. Shout out to OKC. Shout out to San Antonio that does that. Quite a few teams, whatever. Some, but you do need your center. So I guess you could throw this guy Mitch Robinson in there. So you're really trying to find one position. So we have Julius Randle, like I said, uh, Mitchell Robinson, Jalen Brunson, and RJ. So who's getting that third spot, man? I hear a lot of people talking about Quentin Grimes, which kind of surprised me because people are just thinking about the forward movement of players and how good these guys are going to be. Like, listen, Quentin Grimes, he was a McDonald's All American. He went to Kansas. He got signed to Kansas, played for them for a little while. Transferred over to Houston. Went to like the what is it? The Final Four, I believe he did. And then he did well. Went to the Vegas Summer League. Started off really quiet, and then was able to establish himself as time went on. As the season went on, too, as soon as he got his chance to play, he was able to get himself involved in the rotation. And actually started a few games for us too. So a lot of people believe in him. He made me a believer because I said that he was hot garbage. For those that want to look that up, the first preseason game, he did play like hot garbage, man. So you can't really knock that take because he was playing like hot garbage, man. But right now I look at him as a plus player. He's plus on defense, plus on offense because he can shoot the ball. He's a ball mover. He has point guard instincts and stuff, but his handle's not really that good to really facilitate a team. But he's able to move the ball and get the ball to spots where he needs to go. So he's a smart player. He's going to be able to fit in with whoever you put out there. So he's a glue guy. So that's intriguing to me. Him starting at the two kind of makes sense with Jalen Brunson because he's so short. And you're going to need somebody that's going to be able to defend and hit that jump shot with him on the other side. Depends on how you use Jalen Brunson. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that's going to overlap each other. I'm going to play some video and we'll just walk through it, man. But Quentin Grimes is very intriguing to me, man. But the question I ask you guys is who's setting the table? For those that are watching, is RJ setting the table? Is Julius Randle setting the table? I know we just got a point guard. Is Jalen Brunson setting the table? What is the difference between Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, and RJ? Ask yourself that question. All three of them are basically the same player. If Jalen Brunson was 6'8", he would be Julius Randle. Basically. And then he could also look like RJ too, man. If RJ was like 20, maybe like 20 pounds heavier, he would be Julius. Same thing. With these three players. To me, they're all the same player, and we're really gonna have to figure it out. This is Tom Thibodeau's mo. He's a point guard. I mean, the coach, and he's gonna have to figure it out. We talk bad about him all the time, but I'm glad I don't have his job because you want to talk about athleticism. There's no athleticism in the big three. Mitchell Robinson is still like a negative player. He's not gonna make anybody better. He's just looking for lobs. So we got a lot of guys looking for the basketball, and a lot of guys that need the basketball in order to create for others, in order to create for themselves. And then you got Quentin Grimes and to that effect. So the more that I talk, I think Quentin Grimes fits better with what the Knicks are currently trying to do. So because you have to think of it this way, because I mean, there's so much stuff going on surrounding the Kevin Durant thing, where they add quote unquote according to reports, rumors or whatever, you can't really trust these reporters, but they're saying that they asked Minnesota for XYZ. There's no way in hell you get a 34-year-old Kevin Durant that you would trade that much assets for a dude that just came off of Achilles injury. I know he's Kevin Durant. I know he's still nice, no matter he's gonna be nice forever. But I mean, at the same time, you're not gonna give away your whole future unless you're right there. Unless you're right there, staring at the championship, where all you need is that one player and you have assets to give up. That's when you make that trade for Kevin Durant. But I don't think the Minnesota Timberwolves are that close. Because I mean they already added 40 something million dollars to their cap with a center that is really just known for defense, and they already have another center on the roster already with Karl Anthony Towns. So they got two centers. Where do they have the room to get Durant on that roster? The Lakers is also the hot topic there. They're just a soulless franchise in that way where they always get a star. So they'll move heaven and earth to get Kevin Durant if possible. They'll move heaven and earth to get Durant and Kyrie if they could. I'm quite sure they would probably move AD and everything in between. I know a lot of fans involved with the Nets trade. They don't even want to trade Julius Randle to the Nets to help them out. But sub AD into that mix. I think they would, I think the Lakers will give up AD with no problem. Just to get that one set that next shot at the championship. That's the end game with the Lakers. I think the Lakers just care about championships. So anyway, let's get it back to the Knicks. I feel like Knicks fans and everyone associated with the Knicks front office, everybody should just be the main objective should be the championship. Excuse me, the main objective shouldn't just be to develop certain guys or put guys in positions to succeed individually. It should be the team should be trying to get a championship. So anyway, let's take a look at some Julius Randle and RJ highlights, man. So we'll look at it together. This is really like my first time looking at it. I've been trying to plan these podcasts, man. It's just not gonna happen, man. I'm a dad. And like I said, it's just not gonna happen. I work a lot, and I got kids and the family and stuff. If I don't know if you guys can hear the kids yelling in the background, but I love to do these podcast stuff, man. So just gotta bear with me, man. So let's look at some highlights together. I'll take the sound off. So this is Julius Randle as the primary ball handler. Most NBA teams defend that really well. This is like early on where he's able to get that little bump. Him dribbling down into the paint to find the open shooters. That's what gave Julius Randle the extension. That's what made him, basically second team All NBA, being the point guard, being the focal point on the offense where he has the ball and he's creating for others. So here he goes where Bullock just gave him the ball. There was not a lot of that where they open up the lane, four guys on the side, and just let Julius Randle drive to the basket. We stopped doing that last year. This is the Knicks playing defense. This is Julius Randle actually getting the strip. And just leading the break. That's what Jalen Brunson will kick in because you got to find your point guard. Yeah, I know Julius Randle is really good at handling the ball for his position. Here goes another thing too. That's Elfrid Payton there driving there, and with nowhere to go and looking for Julius Randle. Teams are just sending three guys at Julius and stopping him. Here goes Julius Randle again, spinning into the paint, double clutch, throw it up at the rim, pray to God it goes in, while other guys are just standing around. Here goes RJ, pretty much the same thing, going downhill. It's not going to be any change of direction or anything like that. This is what you hope that RJ would do, some kind of change of direction to make defenses honest. Here goes RJ again, just driving in. No, it's like a superficial pick with him able to get around. No real creation. Julius Randle has the most of the bop. I see a lot of people talking about maybe Julius Randle could play small forward. He absolutely could. Because RJ is ineffective unless he can get a nice little pick. But if we're gonna do that, then what the hell we got Jalen Brunson for? So it's just very interesting to see how we're gonna get these guys involved in the offense. Now this is supposed to be a mixture of RJ and Julius. It's more Julius than anything. This is RJ's bread and butter, just running an open floor. So I'm hoping that's what Jalen Brunson is gonna give us. They was quickly finding Julius Randle standing like two like 1 inch from him. Driving baseline. We didn't really do that a lot last year. Look at RJ. He works too hard for those points, man. It's a lot of one-on-one stuff. So things have got to change, man. This is just basic Knicks offense. This is when we were playing good in the bubble. Last year, things didn't really go this well for us. It was Julius Randle again running the fast break as the point guard with RJ as the trailer. Goes playing defense. It's the magical season when we were like the almighty 4th seed. Shout out to State. This is more RJ. So I just want to see some RJ stuff. RJ stutter stepping, trying to be mellow. I mean, that's not gonna work. That's not winning basketball. And take a little bit more of these highlights here. It was RJ again. Just go on one. How you stop that? You just send two guys there. RJ can't do nothing else. It's him driving inside. Look, they did say send Leonard there. But if you're gonna stop the Knicks, it's real easy, man. All you got to do is send a body to them. Send a body to either anybody to stop their forward progression, and that's it right there. So I just want to look at Jalen Brunson. So I mean, I want to look at the regular season highlights, but Jalen Brunson, everyone's wanted him for this playoff series he just had with Dallas, right? So let's take a look at his highlights for the playoffs here. My kids are going crazy, and my wife is in the room with them.
Rebounds, assists.
Let's turn this down. This is Jalen Brunson again. Everybody's on the outside, just letting him go one on one. That's not gonna fly with RJ and Julius Randle. I don't know if that's gonna work. Look at four guys up top with Jalen Brunson doing all kind of pivots and stuff in the paint. I'm not sure if that's gonna work, man. It feeds right into what Tom Thibodeau wants to do. But we got two three other guys that's doing the same thing. Because Jalen Brunson running the break. He's not fast at all. He does have his head up as a point guard, but are the Knicks going to find him to be the point guard to do that? Jalen Brunson is not quick enough to blow past people. Everything is stutter steps and this, that, and the other. Are the other guys going to give him enough spacing in order for him to bop the way he does? Here he goes here at the top of the key. Julius Randle, number 7. If he was number 7, he wouldn't be doing that. Mitchell Robinson, the thing is, the other highlight, everyone's saying that Jalen Brunson's going to be able to find Mitch Robinson for alley-oops, but how many is he going to find him for? The same amount that any other ball handler is going to find. Again, I made the point that Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle and RJ, they all do the same thing. You're not blowing by anybody. Change the direction, move, drove inside, got bumped, turn around, pass it to the guy on the side. That's Julius Randle's game right there. Here he goes again, driven to the side. That's Julius Randle right there all day. RJ right there, going nowhere. Except he can finish better than RJ. That's one thing about Julius Randle. He can finish. Here he goes on the defensive end. He's in the paint right now. What's the difference between that and Julius Randle and RJ? He's not the primary ball handler here. He's in the corner waiting. So he was able to play off ball. That's something that's going to help us too, man. So I mean, if you rewind it a little bit, you can see Spencer Dinwiddie. He got the ball. He's the point guard right now. So let's say Julius Randle's in that spot, gives it to RJ. Or that was RJ to pass it to Julius, where Brunson goes on the side. So I mean, it is possible for the three guys to play off each other. But I mean, these guys, to me, they're so similar. Is that going to fly? Him just coming down with Julius Randle asking for the ball. Is it going to be a conversation where the guys know what guys are going to do? It's going to take time. We're going to have a lot of growing pains with this team, man. I hope the losing doesn't last too long. I hope these guys could gel enough so it doesn't hurt as much, because it is going to hurt a lot. I can see RJ getting that shot in the corner or Julius Randle. But I'm hoping that Tom Thibodeau studying this tape, because this is the only way this is going to work. Jalen Brunson, all these pump fakes in the paint. Nobody calls 3 seconds. That's 3 seconds all the way. But how effective is that going to be with him pump faking, where Julius Randle's getting frustrated and RJ's getting frustrated because the ball's not coming to him, and Jalen Brunson's the point guard. All this spin moves and pivots in the paint. Here he goes again, guys standing on the side. This is a Tom Thibodeau offense right there. Where all guys are standing on the side and one guy is going one-on-one. Jalen Brunson, like I said, he's a better finisher. He's more advanced in his moves to the basket, so it could work. But this is what makes Jalen Brunson effective. Spreading out and just let him go one-on-one. How long could we do that? And like I said, is Julius Randle going to be effective in this type of offense? Is RJ going to be effective in this type of offense? Are we going to be able to take advantage of what both of those guys do well with Jalen Brunson here? Here he goes again. It's the same offense with 4 guys standing outside with one guy going one-on-one. One little pick there, same thing. 4 guys on the outside, one guy on the inside, forcing up a shot. He's going up against Donovan Mitchell. But scouting reports is a motherfucker, man. They're gonna just put a bigger guy on him. Here goes right on cue. Got Goldberg. Goldberg got beat just there, dancing and prancing. But I mean, you put a bigger dude. You put like a Draymond size, 6'8". Got to stay with him. It's gonna be hard to rely on a guy like this. Good moves, man. A lot of herky jerky stuff. A lot of pivoting. A lot of fakes and pivoting with 4 guys standing on the outside. I don't know, man. I don't know how this is gonna work. Long term for 82 games plus the thing. Like I said, this is just watching him play. It's gonna be a lot of growing pains, man. So I'm just saying, you guys, for the guys that are watching, if you're still watching, it's gonna be tough, man. So I mean, just some positive stuff here. Let's watch Quentin Grimes, man, because Quentin Grimes is like what do you call it, a joy to watch as a basketball player. I see him winning no matter where he is. It could be the YMCA, it could be in the park somewhere, or it could be professional, whatever. Turn the sound off. So here we go. Just swimming around. Let's start that from the top. Just watch Quentin Grimes. He's at the bottom of screen number 6. He's just swimming up top. Been wide open the whole time. Julius Randle took forever to give him the ball, but he was able to get it to him as soon as he got 2 feet away from him. Nice jump shot, man. I mean, this kid is incredible because Julius, as the primary ball handler, it was finally able to find Quentin. Just watch Quentin. Quentin is moving around, just moving around in a circle. Just watch him. It's off a make here. Look, Quentin Grimes. He went down the middle, swung around, faked the shot inside to Mitch Robinson. Easy, just easy basketball. This is the plus player here, man. For these guys that just stand around, they need the ball and stuff like that. A guy like Quentin Grimes is gonna make something happen. You get beat, Quentin Grimes is right there to stop the ball and create offense like this. Watch Quentin Grimes at the top of the screen. He knows how to swim. I call it swimming. He was open to begin with, but he's just swimming in that the side to side motion just to let the passer know that he's wide open. Like able to get his hand in there on the ball and easily swiped away. Nothing too crazy. Watch Quentin Grimes again. He's at the bottom of the screen, number 6. Just fades away swimming. Inside, nice curl play. It just instincts. Once the play happens, to fill those lanes. Instinctively, he does that. A guy like Derrick Rose, he was in trouble, but Quentin Grimes knows how to get into open spots, man. So, I mean, I could see Jalen Brunson finding Quentin Grimes a lot in those type of plays. Watch Quentin Grimes top of the screen. He knows how to keep himself open. Put his hand up to make sure that you see him. He got his hands in the pocket. Let the passer know that's where I want the ball to be. Good stuff, man. Derrick Rose, man. It sucks that Derrick Rose has to get traded because Jalen Brunson's our guy. We paid him. We got IQ on the roster still. Nice little jab step there off the pass. Let's get another replay of that. So I mean, here we go. Plays beginning. Bottom of the screen, nice little hesitation thing, goes around the screen twice and was able to get a shot off. Very good basketball player, man. What else we got going here? Him just finding an open man, just being aware, and just knows how to get open. He knows where his shots are coming from. That was good too, man. It's just so simple. This is regular park shit. Here he comes down on the lane, kicks it out to Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose waiting for the defense to come to him, waiting for Quentin Grimes to get to his spot to get the shooter the jump shot. Beautiful stuff, man. Shout out to the chat. I'm gonna get into the chat in a second, man. But I'm just intrigued by all this highlight stuff. I'm a little bit negative with RJ, Julius Randle, and Jalen Brunson. But it's proof. There was a couple of highlights that shows that these guys could play off each other. But it's gonna be tough, man. Quentin Grimes again floating the top, just catches the ball in the pocket, turns around and just shoots it. You can't defend that. You can't defend that without fouling the guy. So that's good stuff, man. So I mean, the question is for you guys: who is the starter? Because another guy I did not mention is Fournier. Fournier also is a good offensive player. I already devoted a podcast to Fournier. I devoted podcast to the other guy, Cam Reddish as well. Cam Reddish is a good wing defender, good slasher. He's able to get out there on a break as well. So what player do you want there? Because I mean, Quentin Grimes is a guy that doesn't need the ball. He can move and get into spots, get those open jump shots to fill in with the other 3 ball dominant guys. So how is it going to work putting Cam Reddish in that spot instead of Quentin Grimes, where you slide RJ to the 2 and put Cam Reddish at the 3? How is that going to work? Because you got so many guys that need the ball to create. Cam Reddish is a one-on-one player. He needs to create. But Jalen Brunson's there, Julius, and RJ's there. So how could we have a 4th creator in the mix there? So I mean, before I started this podcast, I wasn't ready to talk about Quentin Grimes. But as I'm sitting there eating my little sandwich, whatever, watching the highlights and stuff, getting a little taste. I think Quentin Grimes it might be like the most organic pick to be the starting shooting guard for the Knicks. RJ needs to be the small forward, and Cam Reddish. Truthfully, Cam Reddish has not proved anything in the NBA to grant him the option to be starting small forward over a Fournier. Because if you want to talk about who's ready to play, Fournier's ready to play right now, whether he's older or not. Fournier has a body of work throughout his entire career that tells me that he needs to start over Cam Reddish, unless Cam Reddish shows up to training camp blowing everybody away. That's a whole different scenario. So, I mean, there's so many question marks entering training camp, but I mean, it didn't happen yet, so we don't know what Cam Reddish is going to do. A lot of these guys that I'm talking about might not even be on the roster. Julius Randle might get traded, Cam might get traded, Fournier might get traded. But if all things remains the same, this is our guys, man. So who's the starters? Who's the starters? Like I said, Mitchell Robinson's the starter, right? Julius Randle, RJ, and Jalen Brunson. Who's the next guy? Right now, my vote is for Quentin Grimes. If you got Quentin Grimes starting, Fournier could come off the bench to give the offense coming off the bench. Cam Reddish and him could be a 1-2 punch coming off the bench. That sounds pretty good to me. With Obi. You also have Hardenstein, whatever it is, how you pronounce his name. We'll get to know these guys as time goes on. But that second unit now adds shooting. You have passing at the center. Obi Toppin's going to get open in the break. Cam Reddish is going to be open on the break. So it just adds another dynamic to the Knicks, another layer. Did we get better? I think so. Just simply adding Jalen Brunson and letting our guys get better, within. I think we got better as a franchise, low key. So I mean, last year, if you look at the Knicks stats, the Knicks were 37 and whatever it was. I'm gonna put it up now. So this is basketball reference. So I'm gonna start a GoFundMe for my kids because I asked them to be quiet. I asked my wife to help me out with them, but I hear them loud and clear on the mic, man. So, I need to start a GoFundMe to see if I can get them another address, so they can live. You know what I'm saying? I'm cooking in the kitchen right now, man. Like I said, we got some construction going on in the bedroom. I can't really work it, that because that's where the studio was before. So I'm working on that now and see if we can get back over there. Hopefully in time for the summer league game, I'll be able to do that. But as you see on the screen there, 37-45, that was our record. I mean, one's February. If February is a little bit better, maybe that record would be reversed. It would have been 45-37. We easily could have been 45-37 if Tom Thibodeau coached better last year. So 45-37 and 37-45 is two different things, man. Now you're talking about, possibly 5th, 6th seed, in the playoffs rather than 11th missing the play-in. You're talking about a whole bunch of different things going on here. It doesn't affect the draft because the Knicks ended up trading out of the first round anyway, and getting Trevor Keels and getting draft picks for next year. So us winning would not have affected this draft at all anyway. Even though we didn't win enough, but if we won, like I said, if we flipped it 45-37 and we won that many games, we probably would have still end up doing the same thing that we did this year. Not giving a care about this year's draft, just stacking up assets and waiting for next year. So anyway, that's my takes on what's happening here. It's very interesting, man. There's a lot to take away with what we did last year and what we possibly could do next year. Minutes per game. I'm just looking at that now. Julius Randle 35. We can get he doesn't need to be playing 35 minutes a game. If we can get it down to 33, it's so different than 35. If you can get it down to 32, 33, that's way different than 35. Of course, that 20, 10, and 5 is going to go down. It might end up being closer to 8, maybe closer to 3, maybe he still might be able to get 20, maybe closer to 18. That's closer to what his career numbers are, for the most part. 18, 8, and 3. That's decent. Give me decent field goal percentage stuff like that because the pressure's not on him. A guy like RJ Barrett, 34 minutes per game. That's about right. Maybe get it to 33 as well. The same trajectory that he's on right now. You wanna talk about his stats? Last year he was 20 points. If he gets less minutes, maybe he gets that 17, 18. That's fine. If Julius Randle gives you 18, 17, 18, RJ gives you 17, 18, and we're winning and we're going to the playoffs, what's it to you? You know what I'm saying? Why did these guys have to score 20 points? Because now you're talking about adding Jalen Brunson into this mix. Check out Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker played 25 minutes a game. Check out Alec Burks play 28. Check out Manu quickly. Let me highlight all these guys so you guys can see it. Walker, it's Kemba, and this is Manu quickly. What's the difference between these guys? The minutes are about the same, 28, 25, 23. A lot of injuries associated with these numbers here too. But look at the stats. 11 points for Alec Burks, 11 points for Walker, 11 points for Quickly. Assists, 3, 3, 3. Basically the rebounds are all the same. Burks is a little bit more because he's really a small forward, real small forward swingman instead of like a point guard. So I mean, getting 3 rebounds a game. Jalen Brunson is a good rebounder. So this is a good barometer for how Jalen Brunson can fit in. Of course, we would like to see that those points go up from not 11. We would like to see him at least get what he got last year, 14, even possibly 18. So I mean, it's not a bad thing to say that Julius Randle could give you maybe 17, 18. RJ give you 17, 18. If Jalen Brunson is also giving you 17, 18. So if all three of those guys are doing that, then I think we're doing a good job here. Richard Robinson, I can't see him giving us more than this 8. 8 and 8. He's averaging 25 minutes a game. That dude, Isaiah Hardenstein, man, he's a really good basketball player. So I can't see Mitchell Robinson's minutes going much over than 25. If anything, I could see their minutes being split dead down the middle. Because both of these guys could contribute to winning. So I could see those numbers being split between the center position. So I don't see 8 and 8 changing. I don't see that getting any higher. I see it basically staying the same. Hardenstein, he's going to do what he does. And it's all positive stuff, man. So let's say if they do what they do, Julie, like I said, Julius, RJ, and Jalen, if they all can give us around 17, 16 to 18 points per game between the three of them, that's fine. Like I said, the X factor with this now is that Quentin Grimes cat. Because let me get rid of this, right? Just so I can highlight Quentin Grimes' numbers down here at the bottom. So let me make sure I X this out. Quentin Grimes, 17 minutes per game. If he's gonna start, then he's gonna those minutes have to go up. Also too, you want to see Cam Reddish play. How does that affect the minutes? You want to see Fournier. Fournier is valuable, man. He can shoot the three. He's valuable for us winning next year. In the mix of everything else. So if you got your starters at his position playing 33 minutes per game, you still have minutes left over to throw around with these guys, man. So we should be very good next year. I think we should be very good next year. I'm hoping, the key is Tom Thibodeau. But like I said, we can't continue to argue about him constantly, with the the clown stuff. I started this, man. This clown thing. I made this right here. This is Tom Thibodeau put on the original Joker's face. That's Jack Nicholson. So I mean, we got to stop that. It just kills the conversation because we have to talk about basketball. How are we getting better? How are we getting better with things? And I just pointed out to you. I'm talking. I'm showing you guys stats. You guys can look up stats on your own. I'm not one of those guys that's going to be doing the 17-point this and giving you these stats. They're freaking totals and advanced stats and this that no by possession and all this other stuff. I'm not one of those guys. Man, the advanced stats here you go PER, ST percentage. Stop it, okay? I'm over here, right? Enough. Yeah, TOV percentage, USG percentage. I'm not gonna be one of those guys that they're gonna be doing that. So I mean, the Knicks could get better. Knicks could get better. I could be a better dad too. I'm here doing podcasts, but I could be beating them, punishing them and stuff. But anyway, let me say what's up to you guys before I get up out of here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Everybody's taking a look at what I'm saying. Listen, man. I'm just, I'm not, I don't like to put myself out there like I'm a know-it-all or anything like that. I just love talking about the Knicks. You guys know that already. So I mean, I'm just putting the stuff out there, and you guys just talk about it and start a conversation because this should be the conversation. All the arguments that you saw me curse out State for 2 hours, man, that's not cool, man. Me and State will get back together and do another pod very, very soon. Probably like this weekend, probably, because I mean we're definitely gonna have to make a reaction for that first summer league game. We're definitely gonna have to do that. But the yelling and arguing and stuff like that right now, this is the meat right now. This is the summertime. We need to look at our roster and see what we got and see how we can get better. See how things work the way that they are. Because that magical trade might not happen. We might not get that on Donovan Mitchell. Outside of Donovan Mitchell, who else is out there? We're not getting Durant. And the signs point to we're not getting those players. Simple as that. I mean, let me just go down to the last few things here. Shout out to Puzz Knight. He was the first one. You never know, man. We could go to the finals. You never know. It really depends on how quick that we gel. Because I mean, look at Boston. Jalen, what's the name? Brown. And Channing Tatum. What's so good about them? They're good players, yes. They have a lot of other players, a lot of two-way players. So they play really good basketball. But if we could get this group that I just mentioned, that I talked about today, if we can get them to gel and they start playing hard for each other, what's the difference between our group and theirs? And did they get better? Yes, they got Brogdon. Okay, cool. But we have guys too. Cam Reddish could get better. Fournier's still on the team, coming off the bench for us right now. Quentin Grimes might take the next level. You know, we're right there with them. Shannon Tatum. Yeah. When I said Shannon Tatum, I instantly thought of that stripper movie. And I'm just waiting for you guys to correct me. You guys caught it. What I'm saying, shout out to Dwight Blake, Shannon Tatum. So anyway, I need to get my mind out of there. Take care of my kids and stuff, man. And just prepare for that summer league game for tomorrow. So anyway, I'm not gonna take up no more of your time. Thank you guys for tuning in. For those that are just popping in now, please go to the beginning of the other podcast and just get the vibe of what I'm saying, man. Just bear with me. With all the stuff that I'm saying. Just watch the video. Watch it. I encourage you guys to watch video of all the people that I mentioned today, and come to your own conclusions, man. Meet me in the comments, man. You guys have been really commenting on these videos that I've been posting. I enjoy. I reply to almost every comment if you're making sense. A lot of people are just writing gibberish. I can't tell what you're saying, so I just leave it alone. But if you're commenting, especially the big long comments, man, I gotta highlight you guys, man. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Shout out to Kareem Grant. Kareem Grant is my favorite. This is us in Atlantic City. It's like we had a romantic rendezvous in Atlantic City with other people around too, man. So it's not that type of deal. But anyway, I'm just joking around. It's your boy Eru. Eru's out. 4 fingers to the forehead, tuck of the thumb, salute. And please hit the Cash App so we can get my kids another place to stay. All right, man. See you guys later. Eru out.